The Duke and Duchess of Cornwall will today arrive in Cuba for the first visit by members of the royal family since the Communist Revolution 60 years ago. Their controversial trip risks angering President Donald Trump as he attempts to isolate America's old foe by tightening a trade embargo and warning foreign firms against doing business there. John Bolton, Trump's National SecurityAdviser, last year branded Cuba part of a troika of tyranny, along with socialist states Venezuela and Nicaragua. Prince Charles and Camilla will visit a medical research center, where they will hear about a partnership with Manchester University that helps Cuba develop its own cancer drugs. This is particularly important, according to one source, because Cuban doctors are blocked from getting certain drugs from the U.S. Palisades stressed that Charles is visiting the center due to the interest the prince has in healthcare. A former British ambassador to Cuba, Paul Webster Hare, told the Mail on Sunday, "We have long told the U.S., and this has been the case for 20 years at least, that we don't agree with isolating Cuba. Equally, we don't agree with everything the Cuban government does. The U.S. has long known that we take a different view." Despite America's increasingly tough stance against the island state, the UK government asked the Prince and Duchess to add Cuba to their Caribbean tour to boost commercial relations and political influence. They will be accompanied by Lord Ahmad, a Foreign Office minister. There are no plans for Charles to meet Raúl Castro, the former president who remains head of Cuba's Communist Party. His brother Fidel led the one-party state after seizing power in 1959 and died in 2016. The prince will, however, meet Miguel Díaz-Canel, who took over as president last year. The prince does not set the agenda for the visit, a palace source said last night. According to Mr. Hare, efforts will be taken to avoid putting the prince in a difficult position. "It's complicated, but that is how diplomacy often is," he said. "It's not going to be a visit where either side wants to engage in great controversy. The point of the visit is symbolic." Yesterday the royal couple flew into the island of Spice, Grenada, where they enjoyed an afternoon sampling the wares at the House of Chocolate Emporium, pictured. Camilla appeared to blanch at the bitter taste of her hot drink, much to her husband's amusement, who clearly enjoyed the experience, finishing hers as well as his own. They were then given a selection of samples to try, which they greatly enjoyed. Eyeing up a chocolate liqueur, the prince joked, "I might have to try some of that on the way back." The couple were given a huge bag of chocolate to take home for the Queen.